أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي رب زدني علما رب زدني علما رب زدني علما Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We are finished with the first lesson. Now we will move on to the first poem, The Ant and the Cricket. Now what is a fable? Fable is a story, often with animals as characters. Here we have ant and the cricket as the characters that conveys a moral. So, what is a moral? We will read the poem and see. We will see what is written. The poet has written. The poem about an ant and a cricket contains an idea of far-reaching significance, which is as true of a four-legged cricket as of a two-legged one. Surely you have seen a cricket that has two legs. A silly young cricket, accustomed to sing through the warm, sunny months of gay summer and spring. Gay means cheerful, and it is very happy. So began to complain when he found that at home his cupboard was empty and winter was come. Not a crumb to be found on the snow-covered ground, not a flower could he see, not a leaf on a tree. Oh, what will become, says the cricket, of me? At last, by starvation and famine, made bold, all dripping with wet and all trembling with cold, away he set off to a miserly ant, to see if, to keep him alive, he would grant him shelter from rain and a mouthful of grain. He wished only to borrow, yet repay it tomorrow. If not, he must die of starvation and sorrow. Says the ant to the cricket, I am your servant and friend, but we ants never borrow, we ants never lend. But tell me, dear cricket, did you lay nothing by when the weather was warm? Quoth the cricket, no, not I. My heart was so light that I sang day and night, for all nature looked gay. You sang, sir, you say? Go then, says the ant, and dance the winter away. Thus ending, he hastily lifted the wicket, and out of the door turned the poor little cricket. Folks call this a fable, I'll warrant it true. Some crickets have four legs and some have two. Adapted from Aesop's fable. Now, what does this poem tell us about? What did you understand by this poem? Actually, the cricket is very happy during the summer and it wants to dance and play. It didn't plan for the winter, but actually, the ants are very planned creatures. They are very disciplined, they are very organized, they work in teams, they distribute their work, and they are very organized, and we have to learn many things from the ants. They are so tiny creatures. Now actually the cricket looks into the cupboard to find for some food, but actually there was nothing, not a crumb to be found on the snow covered ground. Even the actually when the winter sets in, there are no flowers or leaves on the trees. You can see only ice all over the snow. It is all covered, not of a flower could he see, so he had nothing to eat. He was very, very hungry. So not a leaf on a tree. Oh, what will become of me? The cricket is worried. What will happen to me? I may die of famine and starvation and famine. Made bold and dripping with wet. He's very cold also, feeling very, very cold because there's no shelter for him. He has no place to go, so he goes to the miserly ant. Miserly means very stingy ant. The ants are not generous. They are, so he goes to the miserly ant to see if he can keep him alive. So to keep yourself alive, what should you do? You need some food, isn't it? And you have to keep yourself warm, otherwise you may die of cold. So he is going in search of food, and he is going begging to the ant. and he goes for some shelter too because he needs shelter from the rain. And a mouthful of grain he wished only to borrow. He wanted to borrow. He would repay it tomorrow. Tomorrow, is it possible tomorrow? No, because we have to wait till the winter is over. Now you can see the rhyming words here: rain and grain, borrow and tomorrow and sorrow. These are rhyming words. Ant and grant, bold and cold, found and ground, sea and tree. These are the rhyming words the poet has written. The poem, most of the poems, usually we have either the alternate words or the following words will be rhyming. So he is going and asking the ant for some food. So I am your servant and friend. So he's going and telling, I am your servant and friend. But what does the ant say? He says, we ants, we never borrow, or we never lend. We don't borrow also, we don't lend also. So my heart was so he asked, well, the ant is asking, so what did you do during the summer? So he says, my heart was so light that I sang day and night, for all the nature looked gay. The nature was so pleasant. So he wanted to enjoy the nature. So you sang, sir? So the ant is asking, you sang, then you go and dance the winter away now. Now don't come to us for food. Thus ending, what does he do? He hastily lifted his wicket, that is his leg, he removed, and out of the door and turned away the poor little cricket. So accustomed to sing means used to singing, in the habit of singing. So the cricket was in the habit of singing during the summer. And famine is scarcity of food, having nothing to eat. Lay nothing by means save nothing. So he did not save anything for the winter. Quoth means it's an old English word, said. Now we have the question answers. The cricket says, oh, what will become of me? When does he say it and why? The cricket says, oh, what will become of me? When does he say it and why? The cricket says these words when his home and in his cupboard was empty. There was no food and he did not find anything in the snow cover. It was winter and he found no leaves or flowers in the snow covered winter outside. He was very hungry, so he went asking for food. So find in the poem the lines that mean the same as neither borrow nor a lender be, Shakespeare. So the line is, but we ants never borrow, we ants never lend. So what is your opinion of the ants principles? The ants principle is ideal, isn't it? It teaches us a lesson to plan for the rainy days. We have to plan our future. Then it is easy for us to live on. Then the ant tells the cricket to dance the winter away. Do you think the word dance is appropriate here? If so, why? The word dance here means merrymaking and wasting time, isn't it? When you're dancing and merrymaking, you're wasting time. You're not planning your future. It is appropriate here because the irresponsible cricket, what does he do? Does not deserve any sympathy because he had wasted his time during the time when he had to really reserve some food for the winter. Which lines in the poem express the poet's comment? Read them aloud. Write the comment in your own words. Now, folks call this a fable. I'll warrant it true. Now, write the comment in your own words. People call this poem a fable. I will guarantee it's real. Now, what is the moral of the story? Now, the poem conveys a very realistic message, isn't it? It shows if one does not think for future, he is destined to suffer. There are people like the ant who are bold. Their boldness is only due to their planned life. They live happily forever, isn't it? It is our life. We should be like the ant, not like the cricket. It makes our life comfortable if we are planned. Okay, then inshallah I would like you to write the poem like how it is written in the book, like just like this. You can write the poem with all the punctuation marks and do first line, then second line. If the second line is too long, you can take the third line, and then the fourth line should come below that, not continuing with the third line. So write the poem like this, the complete poem with the heading and the date, and complete the poem. And you can also write this adapted from Aesop's fables, and the meanings, vocabulary. You can write the meanings of the new words, and the question answer will be sent to you, inshallah. Now we will go on with the grammar part. Articles and determiners, inshallah. So how many alphabets are there in English? How many alphabets we have in English? We have 26 alphabets in English, and 21 are consonants and 5 are vowels. So we have 26 alphabets, 21 consonants and 5 vowels. Which are the vowels? A, E, I, O, U, and the rest are consonants: B, C, D, F, G, H, J, K, L, M, N, P, Q, R, S, T, V, W, X, Y, Z. Now we have articles. Now we are going to learn what are articles. In articles we have definite article and indefinite articles. Well, which is definite article? The is the definite article, and indefinite articles and an. When do we use and an? We use and an before countables in the singular number, like an apple. If it is a vowel sound, we'll use an apple. If it is a tree, if it is one singular, we will use a book, a chair, a tree. And if it is a singular vowel, an apple, an ant, an island, so we use an. So we cannot say a milk. Can we say a milk? No. A strength, a tea. Since milk, strength and tea are not countables. Similarly, we cannot say an apples. For plural also, we do not say an apples. We say apples. An ants, we don't say. We will say only for singular. An ant or an apple. Then a trees, we don't say. We don't say a trees. Only for singular, we say a tree. Apples, ants and trees are countables, but they are in the plural form. So we don't use a and an in the plural forms. So we use a before a countable in the singular number beginning with a consonant sound. So that is a consonant sound. So that is what we have to use a before a countable in the singular number beginning with a consonant sound. A banana, a lake, a song. We use an before a countable in the singular number beginning with a vowel sound. So an aunt, an artist, an orange. Note, you have to note what that is. We have not said words beginning with a consonant or a vowel. It is not beginning with a consonant or a vowel. We have said beginning with a consonant sound or a vowel sound. So if a word begins with a vowel but not a vowel sound, we use a before it, like in the case of a university. Now a university, we say a university because this though the letter is U, the sound is Y. It is university. So the sound is Y sound, university. So we are using it as a university. A European, 1 rupee, 1 rupee. So the sound there is W. A European also, the sounding is Y. So we are using a European and a university. Uniform, a unit, all sounding as Y. So we use as useful. If some words begin with an unsounded H, they also take an with them, like an honest boy. Here, honest boy, the H is silent there, but the sounding is about O, honest. honest boy. So we use an honest boy, an honorable person. Some more example. An heir means e sound. Heiress, honorary member, or an r means o sound is coming there. So we use an in such places. In abbreviations, if consonants begin with a vowel sound, they take an with them. Like an MA degree, we say an MA. Say the MA is E. An MA, an MP, they are also E sound. So we are using an MP, and a PhD, and a BA. So the consonant M is pronounced as MEM, so it begins with a vowel sound. The consonant P is pronounced as P, so it begins with a consonant sound. Now, when do we use the? We use the before a noun when we want to make it particular. I have read the book you are talking of. So when we want it to make particular, we use the. Now with superlatives, we use the with superlatives like the sweetest song, the most intelligent student. With such words as first, last, next, only, same, follow, like the last bench, the only son, the next house. But the is not used with such expressions as last night, the last night. We don't use, we say it as last night. We don't use the last night. The week, the month, year, next week, next month, next year we use. We don't use the. What did you eat last night? We do not use the last night. Will you come here next Sunday? We don't use the next Sunday. Okay. Now with a common noun, when the noun represents the whole class, like how we use the dog is a faithful animal. The whole with the common noun, when the noun represents the whole class, like the elephant has a remarkable memory, or elephants have a remarkable memory. Either we use the elephant has a remarkable memory or elephants have a remarkable memory. With the names of rivers, seas and oceans, mountains, mountain ranges, holy books, trains, ships, aeroplanes, newspapers, well-known buildings, countries, if the name contains a common noun, like the United States of America, the United Kingdom, the direction, the north, the west, the whole families, like the Manjeshkars, the Khans, like that. So the holy books also we know, no? We use for the Quran, the Bhagavad Gita, the Bible. We use the names of trains, the Bhadravati, or some names of some trains also we use the aeroplanes also, the Indian Airlines or the Kuwait Airways, such the newspaper, the Hindu, or the Indian Express. We use the with the names of such things. Now please write these notes to be written in your grammar book. You can take the book, make it into half, then take the latter part, the quarter portion of your notebook, and you can write as grammar, and you can enter this grammar in that page. Now I would like to tell you what are determiners. Now next we are learning what are determiners. Now determiners are words which identify or specify a noun in some way. Like determiners are words which identify or specify a noun in some way. A determiner is a word placed in front of a noun to specify a quantity, like one dog, many dogs. or to clarify what the noun refers to. Example, my dog, that dog. So my and that are determiners, and one and many, they are also determiners. So it specifies the noun. All determiners can be classified as one of the following, like an article, it can be a demonstrative. So there are 6 types of determiners. Which are they? They are the first, we have the articles. First, there are 6 types of determiners. They are, first is articles, demonstratives, possessives, distributives, quantifiers, and interrogatives. Now, a elephant, an egg, the mountain. So demonstratives. So the determiner in, so determiners in we already know that there are 3 articles in English. They are a, an, and the. Of these, a and an are indefinite articles, while the is the definite article. An article is placed before a noun. An article is placed before a noun. If there is an adjective before a noun, the article is placed before the adjective, isn't it? So if there is an article is placed before the if there is an adjective before a noun, the article is placed before the adjective. So we know a pity, a noise, an ant, an aunt, an artist, a lecturer, a train, a question. Then now we have possessives. Now we have determiners in the demonstrative. That is, what are demonstratives? This, that, these. So this boy or that tree. So demonstrative, this boy or that tree, or these books, we can say in the as determiners. And in the possessive form, we will have determiners. Possessive is my, our, your, his, her, its, theirs. They are possessives. So we will say it as my book, our minister, or our duty, your purse. All that are determiners. So they are possessives. And distributives is either, neither, each, or every. So every child needs love and protection. So here the determiner every is a distributive. Every, then each side of the square has the same length. Now each side of the square. So the determiner is coming in front of the noun. Every Indian must be proud of their country. Now distributive, that is distributive. Now we have quantifiers. Some, any, much, many, several, a lot of. Many trees have been thoughtlessly cut down. Some medicines have serious side effects. Then we have quantifiers. Then the last one we have the interrogative. What, which, whose, etc. So we say, whose bag is lying on my desk? Then which dress do you like the most? So determiners we have a place before the nouns. So determiners are words which identify or specify a noun in some way. So we have determiners a word that comes at the beginning of the noun. They introduce the noun. They determines the noun, whether a noun is specific or general. So specific means my sister is a doctor. Now my is the determiner is specific. My, yours, his, hers, its, ours, theirs, whose, uh, ones, this, that, those, which. So these are specific ones. And general is determiners. General is, here my sister is a doctor, that is general. When you um, and any, another, other, what, some, many, more, most, less, least, few, fewer, fewest, each, every, either, neither, whatever, this is in general. So whether a noun is specific or general, noun phrase is specific, whether noun or a noun phrase is specific or general. So here we have 6 kinds of determiners: articles, demonstratives, possessives, distributives, quantifiers, and interrogatives. I hope you have understood. Now what is the difference between the determiner and the adjectives? So what does the adjective do? Determiners and adjectives are related in such a way that they both modify a noun or a noun phrase. The main difference between the two is that determiners are placed before the nouns and introduce them to the audience, while adjectives modify nouns by providing further details about them. An important role in English grammar is played by determiners, words or phrases that precede a noun or a noun phrase and serve to express its reference in the context. The most common of them are the definite and indefinite articles. Now here, for example, so determiners plus a noun: the boy, some boys, this boy. In case of adjective, adjectives and noun like handsome boy, bad boy, short boy. So the best boy, that tree, then my brother, some mistake. These are determiners. So I hope you have understood with the grammar. Any doubt you can ask me, inshallah. Subhanakallahumma bihamdika wa nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta wa nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk.